Hi guys, Modern Muppet here, having my second look at Aliens Colonial Marines. In my first look I was asking some people what kind of information they were wanting, and somebody had asked if there's any upgrades and stuff on the guns. There is, but there's not a huge deal. You've only got 7 weapons, and 2 of those you probably won't even use. And for some reason, you kind of upgrade past. They're in 2 separate menus. You've got, one for the Marine, but then a different one for the Marine for actually making your loadouts up, which kind of seems just sort of unnecessarily clunky to me. Now, the game doesn't throw a lot of information at you at all. You just have to sort of look through these things and find them out. So, yeah, there's some degree of customization, but for the really decent weapons, those are pick-upable on the maps. I think that from what I've seen so far, they seem to be in the same place each time, so you will be able to learn those. Your player characters are customizable as well. We'll get to that in a minute. Having a look at the Xenomorph's customization options. Now, obviously, I haven't really unlocked very much. I haven't been able to play a huge amount, not as much as I would have liked. So, yeah, you've got some options again for changing your attacks and stuff. Kind of much of a muchness, I think, to be honest. There probably is more difference than is immediately apparent to me. I did change a couple of options and then get another game, and I didn't notice sort of huge differences. I think that when you come across another player, if you're the Xenomorph and you come across another player, you either kill them or they kill you so quickly that these little changes that you can make don't seem to make a huge amount of difference. You know what I mean? It's just over too quick for it to really make a huge difference what you've got. And I think that learning the maps and learning to sort of control where you are situationally is probably going to be a much better benefit to you than what you do with the actual maps. Than what you do with the actual loadouts. Sorry, I'm losing concentration while I turn this music off. Anyway, so yeah, this is me as the alien chappie. Can't remember exactly how I did in this. I was having that new game thing, and I'm sure some of you guys have had it who also do videos, in that as soon as you hit that record button, you know you're going to have a bad match. So I would think, yeah, I'll play a couple of matches. I won't record them. I'll just play them and see how they go. And those matches I did really well. And then as soon as I hit the record button, it all goes a little bit apeshit. Now, I did play Aliens vs Predator, and I've got to say that I kind of found it a bit more intuitive, I think, for the alien movement, particularly with getting onto ceilings. There just seems to be too many places on the ceilings in this game that if you're trying to maneuver around the ceilings, you end up getting stuck on something, and by the time you've negotiated it, you've lost the guy that you were chasing. Now, from the little I've played so far, I would say, as an alien, if you do that headlong rush like I've just done, the chances are that you're going to die. And as an alien, you really should be just trying to sort of pick off the guys who are by themselves. And you will see plenty of guys who are by themselves. The game tells you that what you really should be doing as the Marines is staying together. And the first thing that happens in the team deathmatch mode is the players split up into 2 groups and code 2 different ways. Quite why they do that, I don't know. Human nature, I guess. There's very little communication taking place. I'd say that if you were playing with a group of mates and you're actually talking to each other on microphones, your chances of winning games is going to go up massively, because most people just aren't talking at all. Not on a social level, like, hey guys, how you doing? Or not on a trash talk level, like, fuck you, I'm going to rip you a new arsehole. and certainly nothing on a right guys, let's all go this way because I know where the flamethrower is kind of way. There's just nothing. So yeah, my plan is to team up with a group of mates because I always prefer playing with mates anyway. It's a much better game. No matter what the game is, it's much better if you're playing with some people that you can get on with. And also I do prefer objective modes to deathmatch modes. I'm just using the deathmatch modes to get used to the movement a bit, get used to the layout of the maps a bit, and once I can get onto the objective modes with a group of mates, I probably won't play deathmatch again because it just really holds no interest for me. Especially as the Marines, because when you spawn you'll find that you're miles away from anyone. And as I say, if you're playing against a player who's using their head a bit, they're going to be doing their best to pick off any players that they see who are isolated. And the more I was playing it, the more I found out that that was key. You know, pick on the little guy. Be a troll, be a bully. I'm just gonna have myself a smoke here while this going. Now, as to my impressions of the game, I'm really not too sure. And this probably isn't massively helpful, but what I'd say is if you're a big fan of the films or the series, you're probably going to enjoy this. And if you're not, there's probably nothing new here that's going to bring you to it. I do like the asymmetrical gameplay. By that I mean that the two sides have different abilities. But there's a few things that they've really kind of messed up on. There always seems to be a few people with terrible pings. You know, it matches you up transatlantic and doesn't do a good job of it. And you always get stuck in this sort of end game lobby where you have to wait for a further 15 seconds at the end of the game. And it seems to be for no purpose at all. If you try and leave before that, it will say that you'll lose your XP bonus. And this is like, after all this stuff that we're actually looking at now. Yeah, at this point, you get the option to leave the game. If you do try and leave the game, you lose your bonus. So why it even gives you that option, I don't know. Anyway, I will be giving you some more in-depth information later. This is just, like I say, a quick look to answer some of the questions that have been asked. Catch you later, guys. Bye.